So you've still got that itch? Because I was
Oh
going to
hell yeah,
say, when did you find yourself and become comfortable in your, say, let's say your own skin,
yeah,
being yourself and this character in the industry post competitiveness? Because you're judging,
yeah,
you've got brands, you work for brands.
yeah.
Like, when did that? Maybe walk me through that transition, and now like how long it took to be like, okay, this is who I am. I'm comfortable with. This is what I provide. You know?
Yeah, so I think that all started back in 2016. So Sam Pilgrim had his own invitational in Birmingham, which was a drop and a jump and a quarter pipe. And I just, I really wanted to do well there because it's home setting. There wasn't many jumps, so I didn't have to string a whole run together. So I could just focus on just doing a couple of bangers, and it was a jam format and it was cash for tricks. But there was an overall winner at the end of it, and I don't know why, but I thought I'm going to beat everyone today, and and think about that. There was Pilgrim, there was Reynolds, there was Matt McDuff, there was these massive names there, and I just thought I, I'm going to win today because my youngest, well, my eldest now, but she was 3 at the time, and she was there, and I was like, right, I'm going to show off in front of my youngest. Yeah, and I won that event, and I was like, right, I'm done. Let's end on a high. So I'm in control of that. Do you know what I mean? So I wanted to win on a,
Okay.
so I wanted to leave on a high. So I done some gnarly stuff, which put like some of my closest mates were like Gilly was there, my hero at the time. It kind of everything fell into place, and he's laughing like, "Dude, you rode incredible!" Like, because I just felt free. I felt like I found myself, and after that, I, I kind of, yeah, because I ended it on a high. I kind of knew what I wanted to do. I was like, right, okay, now I feel like a good. Now I feel like I can. Now I feel like I've figured this out. Now I know what I just want. I just want to ride for fun now because I didn't crash and get beaten at an event and then just stop. I had to do that, and it was perfect time. And I was so and it was 2016, so it wasn't that long ago. Still 7 years ago, but yeah, and then that's when I realised I just wanted to ride for fun and be more of a media hoe. So do lots of photo shoots still, like for magazines, because magazines were still kind of like the pinnacle, like in my opinion, still the best thing to be a part of because it's still quite a niche thing to be a part of. And also little video projects and just keeping my sponsors sweet quite generally. That was the whole social media thing, like making sure I'm topping up a video a week, that kind of thing. And then it sort of dawned on me like I want contests to start being judged properly again. So I started to think about all the times when I was riding back in the day, and I got stitched up so much, and lots of guys got stitched up because the judging was just so. And it wasn't the judge's fault. It was because the sport was still so young. Like none of these events were being judged correctly, and that sort of made me think, okay, I would like to help this because I'm one of very few guys that are in it from the start who can still keep up with these guys. I've just won a contest. Maybe I should start thinking about making this judging thing a little bit more better. So that's when I phoned up Paul Rack, who's now one of my best mates. I love the bloke. He's been judging Crankworks events and lots of the F&B events for the past what feels like 20 years, a long time. And he's got a snowboard background. So there's only so much he knows, but he understands the format, and over time he's understood the the physics behind it all. So he understands how tricks work and what's harder and what's not through experience, but he hasn't done it. So the reason why I wanted to be involved with judging was because of that, because I could still ride. I understand, and I'm pretty quick with understanding what tricks are what. And then now the judging is at a point where it can't get any better. I mean, it could, yeah, of course, it could always get better, but we are on it. And the judge panel now, up until this year, consists of only former riders, which is so important. Yeah, that's where it's at right now. So the transition from
And how did?
the
Sorry,
transition.
man.
No, that's cool.
Uh,
The transition from I needed to end on a high to keep that positive attitude and mentality going into something like judging, which requires a little bit more professionalism. So maybe that's when Grant comes back in, if you know what I mean, rather than this chopper personality. Because the one thing that I was always concerned about was people think because of my personality, I was a bit of a joker and a bit of a party goer. I wanted people to realize that there is another side to me, and I am very professional. I've run my own business since 2013, going to schools, which I can talk about in a bit. But I wanted people to see that side of things. So I want people to understand that I am a professional guy as well as an idiot called Chopper sometimes, you know.